Okay, so you can see I just took off my fender flares off the bed of the truck. They're held in place by these push pins here, and there's two of these deals here. These don't usually come out very well. I just snip them with the wire cutter, and then here's the tool. I start the push pins with these, finish them off with that. Pretty easy. There is double-sided tape. There's double-sided tape on here. This one's got a double deal because this side has been repainted. There's the paint line right here. This is why the emblems haven't come off, because the paint line goes here, goes through here, and goes across there. Otherwise these would probably be off by now, but I might be able to buff that line out. I don't know. It's rusty under here, you can see. I was expecting that. I'm not going to do any rust repair. I got a few bubbles here. If I end up keeping this truck, I'll probably just do get a southern bed for it. I mean, it's not that bad. There's a few bubbles here. You know, it probably only needs the lip, but like I said, if I keep it, I'll probably just get a southern bed for it. This side here is probably in better shape than the other side, but still we got some stuff going on. Probably just clean all that up with a wire wheel, get all the flaked paint off, maybe prime it with some etching primer, and then hit it with my fluid film and slap the new flare off. But the whole reason I'm taking these flares off is they're getting painted. I got the front flares off my dually. Those are painted black. So what I'm going to do here is I took the rear ones off. I'm going to get these painted, and then I'll put my dually front flares on the 1500 here. I haven't pulled them front ones off yet, but they'll come off once I get these other ones painted and I do the install. So there's the other flare. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm gonna get these. I got these sanded here. There's a few bad spots. This side was beat up pretty good. I'm gonna have to prime this up here. Some fill-in primer. The other fender flare is okay. It just needs to be scuffed and it's ready. So I've got this one ready for some filler primer in a few areas. Okay, so I've wet sanded my flares after I primed them. I went ahead and primed them both. I mixed up a bunch of primer, so I figured what the heck, I'll prime them both. So that's what I did. So I got to sand them all down, wet sanded them with 400 grit. Now I'm getting ready to spray the color. So I'm just going to use my Nason. I got some cheaper stuff. It's cheaper than DuPont. I got it for my topper when I painted my topper. So I'm just going to use that up. Okay, so I got my flares all painted up here. I've I went around the edge, peeled off the peeling paint, and wire wheeled it, and then etching primed all the areas on that lip there, and then I resprayed some of my bed liner. That the etching primer got on. I did this on both sides, so this is ready for the flares. I took the front flares off, and surprisingly it is really good shape on these front fenders. There's a little bit of peeling paint underneath, and there's a chip right here, but as far as rust bubbles, I don't see any rust bubbles. It's got these stains that I'm guessing that could be buffed out, but it's behind the flare, so I'm not even going to worry about it. But really surprised at these front fenders. They're actually in really good shape, so I'm happy with that. Both sides is really good shape, so I mean, there's no rust bubbles at all on these front fenders. So I was for sure there's going to be a hole or something on one of these, but I'll take it. Just waiting now. I need to put new tape on the back of the fender flares, and I gotta go dig out my front fenders. I got them in the old shed, so I'm gonna have to put new tape on the back side, a double-sided tape, 3M tape. So okay, so I'm out here getting the finishing touches here ready for my fender flare reinstall. First thing I've done here is I scraped all my double-sided tape off the edges there. Here it is. I didn't get it all off, but it's good enough. This tape isn't going to come off, so I'm just going to reapply more right on top of that. I just didn't want it to be bulky, so I trimmed most of it off. Just used a razor, went along and trimmed it off. Not really the easiest thing to do, but time consuming. So I need some 3M tape. I don't have any right now. Second thing I've done here is I took my fluid film and I sprayed the lip here of this, and I also went underneath, sprayed the inside lip. You can see some of it's here. I sprayed on these bubbles here. Before I stick my fender flare up there, I'm gonna take my grease and wax remover, and I'll wipe off where this 3M tape's gonna stick. And then we'll just stick the flare up there, leave the fluid film in there, and hopefully that'll hold that off for a while. The front fenders, like I said, really good shape. So basically did the same thing, sprayed my lip, kind of the inside lip and all along the edge there. There really are no bubbles on there. So what I've done here is I got my fluid film here, my gun, put my 360-degree wand on, and sprayed on the inside of this fender. There's a really good access hole right behind the headlight here. There's a hole right there. You can stick your wand in there and you can get all the inside of this sprayed. And there's a hole down in here, and you can stick it down in here and you can get the rest of the fender. You can stick your hose down in there and get the rest of it. So that works out really well. Thought I was going to have to take my battery off to get access, but take the headlight out, you got access to everything. Same on this side. Sprayed my lip, sprayed the inside. The dually, I would have did the same thing to the dually, but the fenders are gone on that. They're too far gone. So like I said, with these having no bubbles showing, and just some peeling paint on the lip there. I can save these fenders. They got a few dents on the top side here from some guy doing engine work, I'm guessing. Or they changed the spark plugs or something, and they must have bent over this, and I don't know what they did, but they dented it up. But I would repaint these fenders because they look really good shape, so no need in replacing something like this. These will last a while, I think. Especially with the fluid film inside, and I got the lip fluid film, so they should be good. So I'm going to reinstall my headlights here, and I need to get me some double-sided tape. And apply it to my deals here. I gotta get the front fenders, do the same thing. Add some new tape, and they'll be going back on. So getting real close to getting these fender flares back in place. Roll 3M double-sided tape. Okay, so we got the tape on the back side here. Pushed it on really good. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to peel back just a small amount here. We're going to crease that good. We're going to do that here. Again, crease it good so it stays over. Here again, we're going to do that. We're going to crease it over. Obviously, if you take all this tape off and then try to position it on your fender, you're not going to have, you're not going to be able to move the fender around because it's going to start sticking anywhere that it touches the body. So all you want to do is peel back a small amount so you can fit this thing up there, and then once you got it in place, then you can pull the tape. So I got my push pins down here ready to go in, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it over here, I'm going to fit it up, I'm going to put my push pins in and get it in place. Once I get the push pins in, I'll pull my tape and push it up against the body, and that works out really well for doing these flares. So I'm going to get this one on. Okay, so we're setting it up here. Make sure your pull tabs are out, or you won't be able to if they're not out, you won't be able to get to them. So they got to be these corner ones are really important. Make sure you get them in, because then we're going to push the flare up to where you need it to be. Okay, once this is in position where it's going to be, you're just going to you're going to pull your tape, starting with this top side here. Sometimes you have to pull out. You don't want to rip this, because if you rip that, you ain't going to be able to get to it again. So if it needs a little help, give it a little help. Then you just push it on. And there we go, guys. What a difference a little bit of paint makes, huh? Looks so good painted. Front ones look awesome. They're dirty, but they still look good. All painted. So I guess that's the end of this video, guys. I gotta get it washed, and then maybe I'll do a walk around of it, and so you guys can see it. Maybe get some driving footage. So I'm gonna end the video here, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.